Hey guys, it's JustAiriBo here, and for today's scenario, I want to try out something I haven't seen a whole lot and want to add my own twists and turns to it. For today's scenario, we're going to be doing what if Tapion stayed. So without further ado, let's get started on this what if. So you may be wondering, how exactly does this happen? Well, we're going to go to the start of the Tapion movie, which does happen after the Boo Saga. So, with Harudegarn being summoned and killing Tapion's brother, Harudegarn instead has to destroy the entire planet Tapion grew up on, leaving nothing behind. Luckily though, Tapion was able to escape, but he did get sealed into the music box like usual. Throughout the entirety of the movie, everything basically goes the same up until the point where Harudegarn is killed and Tapion was supposed to leave. Tapion angrily looks down. He has no planet to go home to. No one to see who he cares for. That's when Trunks steps in and says that he can live here, on planet Earth. Tapion looks around at the other Z fighters. Goku then steps in and says they could use another ally on Earth. Tapion nervously says he doesn't feel welcome on Earth. Harudegarn is here because of him. Goku then points out that Harudegarn is dead. There's no threat anymore that he brought with him. Tapion looks at Trunks, who looks at him with a sad face, hoping that Tapion stays. Tapion sighs as he says he gets to stay on the planet for now. All the Z fighters cheer that Tapion is staying. Bulma tells Tapion they have some rooms to spare. They'll show him around to see if there's any specific room he wants. Tapion smiles as the group goes back to Bulma's place. A couple of months go by. It's now Trunks' birthday. Now, we don't know exactly when the Tapion movie happens, I'm pretty sure, but let's say that happens a couple months before Trunks' birthday. Tapion isn't attending the party. He doesn't feel like he's fully welcome just yet to the group, but he's watching from afar in the sky, watching his birthday. Trunks looks up in the sky, seeing Tapion as he smiles. Tapion starts to fly away until he hears screams coming from Trunks' birthday party. Tapion, worried, starts to fly back to the group in shock. His eyes widen as he looks at a group of children. They look exactly like the Z fighters too. Tapion lands and asks what's going on. That's when Goku and Vegeta look at each other in shock, seeing how much smaller they've gotten. Tapion is confused. How come they're small but he isn't? Bulma then points out how the employees haven't gotten smaller either. Goku points out how he remembers the sky going dark. Maybe someone summoned Shenron and made some sort of wish. Tapion then realizes, where's Trunks? He looks around and finds Trunks, but as a baby alongside Goten. Bulma and Chi-Chi run to Tapion to find their kids as babies. Tapion is confused, wondering what happened. Shin and Kibito, as kids too, interrupt and say they should check the lookout. Maybe Dende knows what happened. Goku, Vegeta, Tapion, Piccolo, Bulma, Shin, and Kibito all teleport to the lookout, seeing Dende might have some answers on what happened. As the group arrives, they notice it's just Mr. Popo as a child also. Mr. Popo explains to them what happened, but it leaves more questions than answers. Mainly, how come Tapion didn't get smaller also? That's when Tapion nervously says how he still doesn't feel welcome to the group. He doesn't consider himself as an ally yet. Vegeta scoffs as he says if he doesn't consider himself an ally, then he should leave. Tapion looks down at the ground, disappointed in himself. As time flies by and they all get food, they notice a ship fly down. Someone steps out and introduces himself. His name is Glorio. Glorio says he's here to get Goku and the others to help defeat the Demon King Goma. Goku looks at Glorio, curious on how he got here, and knows who they are. But as Goku and Shin are about to get on this ship, someone interrupts. It's Tapion. Tapion says to Goku he'll go instead. Glorio says to Tapion that he's not here for him, he's here to get Goku. Goku says that Tapion may not be strong enough from what he's hearing. Goma might be stronger than him. Tapion looks at Goku, pleading to go and deal with this for himself. Goku isn't adjusted to his body yet. Tapion hasn't changed at all, he should be able to deal with Goma. Goku looks at Glorio and Shin, smiling as he tells Shin that Tapion will be taking his place. Shin sighs but says that what Tapion said is right. Goku isn't adjusted to his body just yet. Glorio, a bit annoyed, tells Tapion he better not make any mistakes on trying to beat Goma. As the three fly off, Vegeta asks Goku if he made the right choice. Goku, still looking up, says he did make the right choice. The beginning of Daima basically goes the same, except of course Tapion taking Goku's place. Up until the one thing does go different that'll change the story drastically. Tapion is told about the Dragon Balls in the Demon Realm, but chooses not to go get them. It would be useless to get them, it would just be a waste of time. They should just wait till they get Dende to summon Shenron, and wish them back to their regular age then. The group keeps flying towards the way to the next demon realm until they run into Neva, an old Namekian who's lived in the demon realm for years. Neva explains that they'll need him to help open the gates to the first and second demon realm if they wish to beat Goma. Neva tries to convince them to get the Dragon Balls, but Tapion interrupts and says that he's here to get Dende and defeat Goma. Neva, surprised, says that his Dragon Balls may be stronger than the Earth's Dragon Balls. Gloria interrupts and says that they're not there to get the Dragon Balls, but to stop Goma and get Dende. That's it. The rest of their time in the third and second layer of the demon realm is simple now that they have Neva on their side, especially since he can open the gates to these. As they enter the first demon realm, they immediately get ambushed. It's Goma's soldiers. He knew they were coming the entire time. They were watching them. Tapion is able to beat them with ease, not breaking a sweat, as they reach the castle. They break into the castle to encounter Goma, shocking him and Degasu. Tapion pulls out his sword, asking where Dende is at. Goma and Degasu are worried what to do. How can they stop this guy? Yeah, he's not as strong as Goku, but he's strong in his own terms. Now, I feel this is where we clear the air on some things. How strong is Tapion? We never really got a full answer on that, but we're going to do some rough estimate and say he's a bit stronger than Super Saiyan Goku, but weaker than Super Saiyan 2 Goku. I feel this is a reasonable spot to put him in. This is where he'll be even during Daima, as we'll say he did some training with Kid Trunks from time to time, and sometimes by himself. But anyways, I think where I put him is understandable. With that out of the way, let's go back into the what if. Tapion powers up as he starts walking towards Goma, scaring him. He isn't strong enough to be able to beat Tapion. As Tapion is about to attack, they hear an explosion behind them. It's some lady named Arinsu with some small green-like creature who calls himself Majin Ku. Tapion's confused who the two are. Glorio says Arinsu is a Galind scientist working for Goma. She finally had enough and came with Ku to take the throne. Tapion comments that Majin Ku sounds familiar, until Shin interrupts and says that a bit back they fought a Majin named Majin Buu. Tapion's a bit nervous now, feeling Ku's ki, knowing Ku is stronger. Tapion readies his sword looking at Ku, saying to Goma that they'll have a conversation later. Tapion rushes towards Ku as the two's fists collide, causing everyone around him to be blown back a bit. As Tapion's fighting Ku, he's starting to realize Ku has a slight advantage over him. He's not going to be able to win this fight if he doesn't do something soon. Tapion steps back as he then pulls out something. It's his ocarina. Gloria and Ku are confused on what he is doing as he starts playing it, but Shin has seen Tapion's past and found out about his ocarina and its abilities. A barrier starts to appear around Tapion as Ku tries to start shooting. Ki blasts, and they bounce off. The barrier then disappears as Ku charges in to try and fight him, but Tapion is dodging the attacks. His eyes are closed and playing the ocarina, but yet he's still dodging Ku's attacks with ease. Even Shin is shocked at what Tapion is doing. Tapion keeps playing the ocarina, but then opens his eyes as he then finally counterattacks, hitting Ku in the stomach, sending him flying. Gloria walks beside Tapion as he powers up and tells Tapion his plan. As Ku jumps out of the rubble, he sees Tapion playing the flute again, but it's a different song. Ku sees his body starts to glow as he's shocked at what's going on. Ku starts flying into Tapion, leaving everyone but Gloria shocked. The smoke dissipates as the area clears, and it's just Tapion now. Rinsu yells at Tapion, "What the hell did he do to our creation?" Tapion says he sealed Majin Ku inside of him. Now, to clear out the air on this, we do see Tapion seal future Zamasu in Xenoverse 2 in some DLC. But, anyways, as Tapion explains, he looks behind him, seeing Goma and Degasu trying to sneak away, until he shoots Ki Blast towards them, killing Degasu and shocking Goma. With Ku being sealed inside of Tapion, not only did he get his abilities, but he also got stronger. I would say, personally, Tapion now rivals Super Saiyan 3 Goku with the boost in power. Tapion points his sword at Goma, asking him to take him to Dende and a ship out of the Demon Realm. Goma nervously agrees as he goes to grab Dende and get him and Shin a ship. Some time passes as Goma comes back with Dende and says there will be a ship outside for them. Tapion and Shin step outside, asking Gloria to help them get back home, and he can take the ship himself to get back to the realm. Glorio takes them back to Earth, with a baby Dende explaining to the others everything that happened. Goku smirks. You can just feel a difference in Tapion's strength now. He wants to spar with Tapion, but they have bigger issues to deal with. The main issue being, don't need to wait a year for the Dragon Balls to come back. As Glorio leaves, Tapion thanks him for helping him out with getting Dende back. Glorio smiles as he gets back on the ship and leaves. Goku and the others ask each other what to do now while they wait for the Dragon Balls to come back. Shin points out that they can still use the Namekian Dragon Balls. Maybe they'll understand let them use the Dragon Balls. Shin and Goku teleport to Planet Namek, and as time goes by, Tapion sees Vegeta and the others glowing as the light then dissipates to reveal them all back into their adult selves. Shin and Goku teleport back and say that it's obvious the wish worked. Dende walks out of the sanctuary getting told what happened, a little shocked. As the group all go home, Tapion is about to go with Bulma and Vegeta until Goku asks if he wants to train with him on King Kai's planet. Chi-Chi might be a bit resistant at first, but she'll come around to it. Tapion agrees as he tells Bulma and Vegeta he'll be gone for a bit, and he'll let Trunks know where he's going. And with that, that's what Tapion redeemed himself by saving Dende from Goma. He even absorbed Majin Buu with his ocarina and got stronger from it. Goku offered Tapion to train with him on King Kai's planet. So what's next for them? Welcome to part 2 of What If Tapion Stayed. As the time goes by, we go to Kakarot Tapion sparring with Kakarot Super Saiyan 3 on King Kai's planet. Kakarot's impressed by Tapion's growth and power in such little time. Tapion's strong enough now to rival Goku and Vegeta. As the two finish their match, Tapion asks Goku if they can go back to Earth now. Goku, confused, asks why until Tapion reminds him by saying today is Bulma's birthday. Goku's eyes widen. Crap, he forgot her birthday was today and didn't get her anything. That's when Tapion reminds Goku that she's rich. She doesn't really need anything that she doesn't already have. As Tapion and Goku get ready to leave, they hear King Kai muttering to himself like he's talking to someone. Goku walks up to King Kai asking what's up as he covers himself by saying he was just talking to himself. His age is really getting to him. Goku looks over at Tapion who shrugs, and the two head off to Bulma's yacht for her birthday party. Let's head over to Beerus' planet. Beerus is sleeping, moving around as he sees something in his dream. It's a silhouette of someone with a red fiery aura, and someone beside him also has a silhouette, playing some instrument with a barrier around him. And the mysterious figure even has a weird silver, blue, and purplish aura around him. Beerus wakes up shortly after to call for Whis. Beerus explains his dream and remembers the name of the first silhouette he saw, Super Saiyan God. Beerus then also says that he saw another silhouette, but doesn't know what it was. Beerus decides to focus on one thing at a time and find out where the Super Saiyan God is. As Whis is doing his research, he finds out they're all on a planet called Earth. As the two part go to Earth, King Kai and Shin finally tell Goku, Vegeta, and Tapion that a strong being named Beerus is coming to Earth. Goku and Tapion are intrigued on who that is and if he really is strong, until Vegeta interrupts in shock. Beerus? The god of destruction? Vegeta tells Goku and Tapion his past with Beerus, leaving the two both with different reactions. Tapion's scared and worried that this guy may kill them all. But Goku's just excited. This guy seems strong and he wants to fight him. That's when Tapion interrupts and says Vegeta stands a chance the most. With Trunks and Tapion sparring, Tapion occasionally would spar with Vegeta, and with Vegeta having a sparring partner, it helped him increase in strength and surpass Goku, but not by a whole lot. The party goes on until Vegeta hears someone from afar. It's Beerus and Whis who finally arrive to meet the group. Beerus explains he's here for a Super Saiyan God, leaving them all confused. They've never heard of a Super Saiyan God before. Beerus looks at Tapion, but he doesn't say anything to him. He just examines him, taking note of him having an ocarina. Could this guy be the second silhouette he saw in his dream? Beerus walks over to Tapion, walking in circles around him, leaving everyone speechless. Beerus just straight up says to Tapion he saw someone who looked awfully familiar to him in his dream, and that person was one of his two rivals. Beerus asks Tapion if he can see his power real quick. Tapion says out of him, Goku, and Vegeta, he's the weakest. That's when Goku interrupts and tells Tapion to try out that new technique he taught him a bit ago. That technique makes Tapion surpass him. Tapion nervously agrees as he and Beerus fly over to the ocean to fight. As everyone is watching, Beerus asks Tapion about his ocarina and what it does. Tapion says that the ocarina helps him with certain abilities and even helps calm his mind. Beerus asks Tapion to use the ocarina, but Tapion says he only uses it for special occasions. Tapion gets in the battle stance, but before he rushes, he yells out something. Tapion yelled out Kaioken ×3, as a fierce red aura appears around him. Over the time between the events with Daima and Beerus waking up, Tapion and Goku trained a lot on King Kai's planet, with King Kai and Goku teaching Tapion about the Kaioken technique. Right now, Tapion can go up to Kaioken ×3 without there being any backlash. He can push it up to ×5, but that's a huge stretch, and when he's done, it puts him out of commission for a bit. Vegeta's even shocked at this. Tapion got so strong in such a short time. He's about as strong as him and Goku. If he did push Kaioken at times 5, he would be stronger than the both of them. Tapion rushes in to fight Beerus, and Beerus is impressed. For someone this strong, he doesn't even know what race he is. Why did this guy's race go under the radar for this long? Tapion eventually pulls out his sword and starts to use it against Beerus, until he stops with one finger, then flicking Tapion away. Tapion goes into Kaioken times 5, but it's still to no avail. Beerus teleports behind Tapion and knocks him out cold. Beerus grabs Tapion and brings him over back to the yacht, looking over at Goku and Vegeta, still figuring out how to get a Super Saiyan God. Goku then thinks about it, but to use the Dragon Balls and asks Shenron about it. They collect the Dragon Balls and summon Shenron. All that goes the same, but there's one key difference. Vegeta now being stronger than Goku now, Goku suggests that Vegeta gets the ritual done for him. As Vegeta unlocks Super Saiyan God, Tapion is shocked at the power. The aura itself is impressive. You can't even sense Vegeta's ki at all. The fight between Vegeta and Beerus basically goes the same as Goku's fight with Beerus of course winning at the end, but sparing Earth. Beerus decides to train Goku and Vegeta, but Tapion. But he's gonna be a special occasion. Beerus thinks Tapion isn't ready to train under Whis, but he suggests that Tapion trains under the Supreme Kai. Beerus tells Whis that they're gonna stop at Shin's place to drop off Tapion to train there. Once he learns the techniques there, he'll be able to fully train on Beerus' planet. As the group all teleport to Shin's world, he's shocked that Beerus is here with Goku, Vegeta, and Tapion. Beerus explains to Shin that Tapion is going to see her for a while to train and learn new techniques. While yes, Tapion is strong, he lacks techniques if he doesn't have a sword or his ocarina. If he loses those, he doesn't know many techniques. Shin agrees. He's glad to take a new student under his wing. Goku shakes Tapion's hand wishing him good luck as he goes back to Whis to go to Beerus' planet. Tapion looks at Shin and Kibito as the two ask about his origin. They've heard about Tapion, but they haven't really met him yet. If anything, Shin knows the most as they went to the Demon Realm a while back, but Tapion didn't really explain his past that much. Tapion explains that he comes from a planet in the South Galaxy called Planet Konats. Tapion says he's a Konatsian, and became a legend for sealing Hirudegarn before he was sealed inside a music box. Shin then snaps his fingers. He did hear a while back about Planet Konats being taken under control from Hirudegarn. Shin apologizes to Tapion and wishes he could have done something to save his planet from Hirudegarn. Tapion says he's grown since then. He wishes he could have done something more, but he knows it's too late now to do anything. He needs to forget the past, or else he's forever going to be held back by it. Shin smiles, then he's fully ready for their training. Two walk over to an open area. Shin says to start their training, Tapion needs to learn more about fighting techniques, learn more about ki blast moves, learn other techniques, and further his Kaioken. Goku and Vegeta teleport to Beerus' planet. Beerus tells them that they're going to train under Whis for a bit. Once they both have God Ki, Beerus might fight them again. For now, he's going to take a nap. Goku and Vegeta are a bit dumbfounded, but Whis tells them that Goku first needs to acquire God Ki, and the training can really begin. We go back to Earth as we go to Kid Trunks, who's a bit saddened. His dad and Tapion are probably going to be gone for a while. Trunks, now determined to get on Beerus' planet, decides he's going to train even harder than ever before. Trunks calls for Goten and says they need to train harder than they've ever imagined. As Goten arrives at Capsule Corp, Trunks shows Goten where the gravity room is at, and that it's their best bet, going strong quickly. Trunks then asks Goten if maybe Gohan can show up, but Goten says now that he knows that Videl is pregnant. He's focusing entirely on her now. Trunks, a bit sad at the news, says maybe they can get Piccolo if somebody else is training with them. Maybe help them get stronger. And with that, that's what we'll end off for this What If. What did you guys think of this part? Let me know in the comments below. Also, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot, and I'm thankful for every subscriber. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Last time, Goku and Vegeta are now training on Beerus' planet, while Beerus took Tapion to Shin's world to train there to help him get stronger. Kid Trunks and Goten are now also training harder than they've ever trained before. But what's next for everyone? Welcome to part 3 of What If Tapion Stayed. Trunks and Goten are outside training with Piccolo as he's teaching them more about strength. Trunks is just about as strong as Piccolo, with Trunks now being able to go Super Saiyan 2, and Goten close to unlocking it as well. Piccolo's impressed at their growth and how quickly they've gotten stronger. During their training, they notice the sky going dark. Someone summons Shenron, but as quickly as they notice it, it disappears. They all look at each other concerned on what to do. They can't even sense anyone with a strong power at all. Now, of course, this is Frieza Force, wishing Frieza to come back to life, and as soon as they got him, they left. The wait between Frieza arriving goes the same, but let's see what Tapion is up to. Tapion's seen meditating on top of a mountain, playing his ocarina. Almost years gone by, and Tapion has mastered almost every technique Shin wanted him to learn. Shin even senses traces of God Ki in his ki also. He hasn't even fully achieved God Ki just yet, but he's just about there to unlock it. Meanwhile, Goku and Vegeta have been training on Beerus' planet with Goku finally getting God Ki for himself. Goku did fight Beerus, but to no one's surprise, Goku lost. And though Beerus is surprised, Goku, whenever he transformed into Super Saiyan God, was stronger than Vegeta when he first got Super Saiyan God. The two were trading and they didn't know how exactly to get stronger, but we suggested combining Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God. So that's what those two are trying to do right now. Meanwhile, Frieza is back on his ship, fully recovered from being multiple pieces. Sorbet fills Frieza in on what's happened while he was dead, and mentions to Frieza a new person, that being Tapion. Sorbet tells him that, from their research, he's the last Konatsian in existence. Frieza remembers his father telling him about the Konats long ago, but from what Frieza remembers, they weren't a huge threat to him at all. But Frieza thinks it's best if he instead trains a bit before arriving on Earth. Maybe 4 months should do. The 4 months go by, and Frieza decides he's finally ready to go to Earth to conquer it and kill Goku and Vegeta. Everything with the Frieza Force against the Z Fighters goes the same, but Frieza takes note of 2 people. Goten and Trunks are there. Frieza recognizes that Trunks looks like the guy who sliced him into multiple pieces, while Goten looks like a mini version of Goku. Goten and Trunks have heard about Frieza from Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo when training. Frieza, angered seeing the two, jumps out of his pod to fight the 2 kids. Trunks and Goten both transform. Trunks finally gone beyond Super Saiyan 2 and unlocked Super Saiyan 3. Goten's still stuck in Super Saiyan 2, though unfortunately. The 2 dash towards Frieza, causing him to go on the defensive. Frieza's shocked at the 2 kids' strength. He may have to put in a bit more effort than he thought. Frieza powers up a bit more and kicks the 2 away as he transforms into his true form / base form. Trunks and Goten try to keep fighting him, but unfortunately with Frieza now powered up, aren't able to beat him. 2 fuse into Gotenks, but even that's not enough to beat Frieza at all. The 2 unfuse with Frieza now in front of them, pointing a finger at them, about to finish the 2 kids off. That's when he hears someone teleport behind him, and as quickly as he dodges, a sword swung at him. Frieza, now angered, shoots a ki blast towards where the sword came from, but the person deflects it to Sorbet, killing him. The mysterious figure reveals to be Tapion now, with newfound strength and new techniques. Frieza recognizes Tapion as a Konat, and that he's the last one alive. Tapion doesn't even say anything, he just dashes in to fight Frieza, but with no veil, Tapion isn't able to fight him. That's when Tapion decides he needs to stop holding back, as he then starts transforming with a white aura appearing around him. Gohan yells from afar, recognizing the power. Elder Kai unlocked Tapion's power. Let's go back a bit to explain. About 2 months after Tapion started training on Shin's world, Elder Kai decided Tapion's ready for his power to be awakened. Unleash his secret potential. Tapion's confused, drawing out his potential? But how? Elder Kai says he has the power to draw one's potential out. That's when Tapion remembers that Gohan mentioned that a while back when they first met. Just didn't know it was from this old guy. Tapion asks Elder Kai how he does it, and Elder Kai tells him to sit down and just relax. He needs to focus and draw out his potential. Only downside being, he has to wait a full day for his potential to be drawn. The day went by, and Tapion was finally able to have his potential drawn out. Now, we have Ultimate Tapion. That's when Shin notices something. Tapion. His ki feels different. It feels godly. Did Elder Kai help Tapion fully unlock God Ki? Tapion even realizes now that he has God Ki, can even sense Goku and Vegeta sparring, but their power feels so intense. More intense than when Beerus fought Vegeta when he got Super Saiyan God. Tapion then feels his power again. This could be enough for Beerus to finally accept him on his planet. Tapion looks up in the sky and starts charging to his max, shocking all the Kais on the planet, blowing them away. Tapion powers back down, sighing, thinking Beerus didn't feel it. Until a few minutes later, a light beam shows up on Kai's planet. It's Whis with Goku and Vegeta. The 2 are shocked at Tapion's power boost, as then they look over at Elder Kai. So that's how he got so strong right away. He's even stronger than they were when they got Super Saiyan God. Goku and Vegeta think he's finally ready to go to Beerus' planet to train with them. Goku and Vegeta look at Whis, who smiles, saying he'll allow it. Tapion smiles as he waves the Kais goodbye one last time. Shin had fun training him to help him get stronger. The group all go back to Beerus' planet, who's standing there ready for the group's arrival back.
Tapion looks at Beerus, who asks Tapion if he's ready for round 2. Tapion, without saying anything, powers up to his max, a white aura appearing around him. Beerus is a bit surprised. Wow, he's almost as strong as Goku and Vegeta now. Is his potential really this huge? The two start to clash. Beerus is starting to get the upper hand until Tapion pulls out his ocarina. As he starts playing it, Beerus tries to hit Tapion, but he starts dodging the attacks, shocking everyone. How's he dodging Beerus' attacks? But Beerus finally gets a shot in, knocking Tapion out. When Whis heals Tapion back up, Beerus says right away that his training he wanted Tapion to have originally isn't for him. He should mainly be training under Whis from now on. Whis smiles as expecting Beerus to say, "Is this even joking about it?" Annoying Beerus as he flies off to take a nap. Another month went by, and as through training, Tapion notices something. He feels Trunks' ki. He's powered up to his max, but for what purpose? That's when Goku interrupts and says that the ki he's fighting, it's Frieza. They start to sense Trunks and Goten's ki combining, fusing into Gotenks. Tapion's confused. Since when could they fuse? Goku mentions he taught the two kids long ago how to fuse, using a technique, but from what they're sensing, the fusion is futile. The combined ki goes back to 2 ki, concerning Tapion. The entire group is about to go back to Earth with Tapion's new Kai Kai technique, but Tapion tells him to keep training. He should be able to handle it. Goku and Vegeta trust him, saying to protect their family, friends, and Earth especially. Tapion smiles as he disappears, going to Earth. And now, we're at our current moment with Tapion about to fight Frieza. As Tapion powers up, it surprises everyone, even Frieza. Can't even sense his ki. Did his training with Beerus go well? Tapion dashes in towards Frieza, not giving him a chance to defend himself, hitting Frieza, sending him flying across the battlefield. Frieza is able to catch himself midair, realizing he needs to go all out right now, or else he's going to die again. Frieza starts powering up, shocking everyone and sending Tapion back a little bit. Frieza's aura starts to turn golden, as his skin starts to as well. Tapion's surprised. This guy was revived 4 months ago and he got this strong that quickly? Frieza smirks at Tapion. What? Is he shocked at this power? He should feel honored. It's the last power ever since. Frieza dashes in towards Tapion as the two start clashing again. Trunks and everyone else are watching from afar until he hears someone in their head. It's Goku. Goku asks how they're all doing until Trunks says it's not looking good for Tapion. Frieza starts to get the upper hand on Tapion as Tapion powers back down to his base form, as Frieza continues to beat him relentlessly. Trunks tells Goku and Vegeta Tapion is going to die if they don't get here soon. Goku tells Trunks to power up to his max and Goku to teleport to him that way. Trunks agrees as he flies into the air, powering up in Super Saiyan 3, letting Goku be able to sense it, grabbing Vegeta as the two teleport back to Earth. Frieza looks over as he has his tail wrapped around Tapion's neck as he's bleeding out heavily. Goku and Vegeta look at Frieza, angered at what he's done. Does he seriously think he can come back now of all times? He can just conquer Earth for himself? Did he seriously think they wouldn't have noticed? Goku's about to power up until Vegeta interrupts him. He wants to fight Frieza himself. Vegeta starts powering up with his aura starting to turn blue, turning to Super Saiyan Blue. Frieza's shocked at Vegeta's power. What the hell kind of form is that? Vegeta smirks as he gut punches Frieza and flings Tapion over to Goku, catching him. Krillin flies over and hands Goku Senzu Bean and heals him. Tapion wakes up fully energized, asking Goku what he gave him. Goku says he'll explain it right now. He needs to watch the fight. Vegeta is starting to beat Frieza relentlessly, not giving him a chance to do anything at all. Frieza powers back down to his base form, kneeling on the ground, coughing up blood. Vegeta smirks as he's about to kill Frieza. That's when Tapion sees Frieza is charging a blast in his hand. Tapion powers back up to his ultimate form, dashing towards Frieza, grabbing his sword out of the ground as he yells Frieza's name. Frieza looks up and sees Tapion jumping down with his sword in his hand as he starts to slice Frieza into multiple pieces. Vegeta, shocked, shoots a ki blast towards the many pieces of Frieza, finishing him off for good. The two power down, with Vegeta a little angry at Tapion interrupting his fight. Tapion tells Vegeta that Frieza was about to destroy the Earth if he didn't step in. Vegeta, a bit annoyed still, tells Tapion he would have killed Frieza before he did that. Vegeta starts flying away annoyed as the rest of the group sigh. That's Vegeta for you. The group all laugh as they go up in the sky and go back down to a destroyed city. See someone running away from somebody destroying the city. It's Trunks, but the future version of him. Trunks is running away from somebody. An explosion sends future Trunks flying as he looks back. Sees a human with red hair, black eyes, and sharp teeth. Trunks is confused. What did this human do to get this strong, and why is he doing this? Trunks realizes he has no other choice. Trunks decides to do a solar flare, blinding the human, letting Trunks get away. Trunks veers back to his home base with Bulma and Mai asking what happened. Trunks asks Bulma if she still has enough energy to start the time machine again. What they need to do is get some help. And with that, that's what we'll end off for this.
Last time, Tapion and Vegeta killed Frieza for good, but in the future, it's not as peaceful anymore, with a new enemy showing up. Who is that? Welcome back to part 4 of What If Tapion Stayed. Now, there's not going to be a Universe 6 tournament for a couple of reasons. Champa does show up on Beerus' planet while Tapion, Goku, and Vegeta are training, and Champa does his usual stuff, tries the food, then asks for a tournament with the reward of Super Dragon Balls, and if he wins, he gets Earth. But Tapion interrupts and says, why not just use the Super Dragon Balls to wish for his Earth back? Goku interjects and says that he wants to fight strong opponents, but Beerus snaps at Goku and says Tapion has a point. But if Beerus finds out Champa took their Earth instead of bringing his back, they're gonna fight. Goku, a bit disappointed, continues to sparring with Vegeta and Tapion. Goku fully unlocks Super Saiyan Blue and is trying something new. He's trying to stack Kaioken on top of it to see if that would do anything at all. Meanwhile on Earth, Trunks is training with Goten, who just unlocked Super Saiyan 3, but is struggling to hold the form for a long time. But as the two are sparring, they hear something in the air, like crackling. The two both look to see a portal show up and shoot out some pill-shaped machine as it crash lands to the ground. The two fly over to see Trunks? A grown-up version of him. But how? Trunks yells for Bulma, who then runs to call for Whis, who tells Tapion, Goku, and Vegeta. They all grab onto Tapion as he then Kai-Kais the group back to Earth. They all run up to see future Trunks. But how? And what's going on? Goku goes to get him a senzu bean as it wakes up future Trunks to see everyone around him. Though he is a bit confused when he sees Tapion. Tapion is just as confused. A future version of Trunks? How's that even possible? And why didn't they tell him about this, Trunks? Vegeta asks Trunks what's going on in his timeline. Goku assumes it's about Boo until Trunks starts to explain more and more. Some random human attacked him and almost killed him. The human had black eyes, short teeth, and red hair. The group all look at each other confused. Everyone but Tapion. Tapion starts shaking. How did he get out? How did Hirudegarn escape? Goku and Vegeta then realize that he's right. Those details match Hirudegarn's looks. Tapion asks future Trunks if the person is a big bug-like creature, but Trunks says it was just a regular-sized human that attacked. How? Now, the group is left confused. A human that has the same details as Hirudegarn? The group all decide they need to go to the future timeline to figure out just what is going on and how Hirudegarn is even doing this at all. Tapion, Goku, and Vegeta all say they'll help future Trunks with whatever's going on. Trunks says he has one last trip to the future and back. After that, he's all out. Trunks is able to escape back to the past, but his mother and Mai weren't so lucky. Future Trunks has lost everything, but Bulma and Mai made sure Trunks got out of there safe and sound. As the group squeezes into the time machine, the machine starts to float as Kid Trunks yells at them to be safe. He'll protect Earth while they're gone. As they shoot a thumbs up, the machine disappears. The time machine reappears back in future Trunks' timeline as the group all step out to see a city destroyed to nothing. Trunks is angered. When he left the city, it wasn't destroyed at all, but now the city is fully flattened. The group starts to look around as Tapion gets more and more nervous as he looks around. That's when the group all hear a loud boom from behind, seeing another building fall down. They all get into a battle stance as they get ready to fight, until they see a normal human walk out of the rubble as they fall to the ground. The group walk over slowly until the ground below them starts to shake. That's when they notice some weird fog fly out of the rubble, as well as Tapion looks shocked and scared. It's him. Hirudegarn is alive in this timeline. But how? Well, let's explain. In the future timeline, Tapion did seal Hirudegarn, but Tapion was just a little bit late this time before planet Conat exploded. So when the planet exploded, it killed Tapion and let Hirudegarn back free, roaming in space. Throughout the years, Hirudegarn went planet after planet destroying them until he fully made it to Earth and encountered future Trunks. Future Trunks was able to hold off Hirudegarn until he was able to go back into a cocoon and transform into his actual form. Trunks was struggling until he was able to tap into Super Saiyan 2 and get the upper hand. Though Hirudegarn was able to transform into fog and fly off somewhere, leaving Trunks on edge for the rest of his time, until just recently Hirudegarn ambushed Trunks, causing him to go back to the past. Hirudegarn roars, shaking the area as Goku and Vegeta both go to Super Saiyan Blue, with Tapion using his ultimate form. The group all fly in as they start blasting Hirudegarn, and he gets lower and lower to the ground. Vegeta and Tapion dash in as Hirudegarn gets back up and out of nowhere transform into some fog. It flies towards the two. Tapion gets on the defensive and blocks the oncoming attack, but
It flies right past him as it goes towards Vegeta and starts going inside Vegeta. Vegeta tries to swat away the fog as he screams in pain as Tapion looks all shocked. How is Hirudegarn doing this? Through the years, Hirudegarn was able to learn a new ability, transforming into his fog form and controlling somebody. Vegeta keeps screaming in agony as he keeps powering up, and the fog keeps going inside him. Vegeta then powers down as he falls down to the ground and gets back up, but something's different. His eyes are black, hair is red, and teeth are sharp now. Hirudegarn has taken full control of Vegeta now. Vegeta roars as his aura gets bigger and bigger as he looks over at Tapion with a confused face, but then gets angered again and dashes towards Tapion. Vegeta punches Tapion, knocking him out of his ultimate form. Tapion falls to the ground as Vegeta keeps roaring out loud, continuously shaking the area around them. Goku appears behind Vegeta, kicking him to the ground, but Vegeta is able to catch himself midair as he roars and thorns appear out of his head. Tapion yells at Goku they need to help Vegeta soon, or else he'll fully be under Hirudegarn's control. Vegeta gets back up to Goku as he roars at Goku. His nails get sharp and slice Goku's chest. Goku punches Vegeta away as Tapion flies up beside Goku, asking what they should do. Trunks flies up to Goku and Tapion, wondering what they should do. Goku asks Trunks and Tapion if they're able to hold off Vegeta for a bit while he tries something that might just work. Trunks and Tapion both nod at each other as Trunks powers up to Super Saiyan 2 and Tapion into his ultimate form. Vegeta gets up as he roars at the two, with wings starting to appear on his back now. Tapion tells Goku whatever he plans on doing, he needs to do it fast. Tapion and Trunks both rush towards Vegeta as they both start to fight him. Goku starts powering up. Tapion kicks Vegeta away as he asks Trunks to hold him off for a second. Tapion needs to do something. Trunks dashes towards Vegeta as Tapion powers up, and then yells out Kaioken with a red aura appearing around the ultimate white aura. Tapion knows he doesn't have long to do this. Tapion dashes in, saving Trunks from Vegeta killing him, as Tapion starts to pummel Vegeta. But then, as Tapion is about to shoot a ki blast at him, Vegeta gets kicked from the back. It's Trunks. Trunks is in his base, gasping for air. Tapion gets back up as he thanks Trunks and grabs Trunks' sword. Tapion, now dual-wielding swords, flies in towards Vegeta. Tapion starts swinging his swords rapidly at Vegeta as he keeps dodging them. Vegeta roars, sending Trunks and Tapion back, as Vegeta now has a tail. Tapion yells at Goku again. He needs to do something now, or else it'll be too late. Goku then yells out, Kaioken times 20, as Vegeta looks over and flies towards him. As Vegeta punches Goku, disappears, shocking Vegeta as Goku reappears behind Vegeta, kicking him to the ground to then shoot a Kamehameha towards him. Vegeta opens his mouth as a ki beam fires out of it. The two beams collide as Tapion flies out of some rubble flowing to the ground. As if something falls out of Tapion's pocket. His ocarina. Of course, why didn't he think of that sooner? Tapion grabs his ocarina and yells at Goku and Trunks to hold him off. He might have a way to stop Hirudegarn and free Vegeta. Tapion flies up to the sky as he starts to play his ocarina. Vegeta looks above in the sky, hearing the tune, and knowing what's going on. Vegeta screams as he starts to fly towards Tapion, until Goku grabs Vegeta's tail and swings him back to the ground, with Trunks shooting a Gallic gun towards Vegeta, pushing him further into the ground. As Tapion continues to play his ocarina, a barrier starts to appear around him, with him glowing as well. Vegeta gets back up and starts to grab his head in pain as he screams out loud, causing the entire area to shake. Goku and Vegeta watch from afar as they see Vegeta start to glow. He's phasing in and out of Hirudegarn's control. Vegeta screams even more, but his horse starts to expand until the air around him explodes. Tapion's interrupted playing his ocarina by the explosion, until he looks and starts to see Hirudegarn in his true form again. He left Vegeta's body. Tapion yells at Goku to act fast and kill him. They don't have much time. Hirudegarn is about to swipe at Tapion until Trunks appears in front of him and tells Tapion and Goku to close their eyes. As they do, Trunks yells out Solar Flare, blinding Hirudegarn temporarily. Goku and Tapion open their eyes as Goku shoots a Kamehameha at Hirudegarn, sending him flying. But it isn't enough. Hirudegarn starts to fight back by shooting his own ki beam through his mouth, causing a beam struggle to happen. Goku's starting to struggle. If this goes on, he won't be able to win. That's when Goku hears a familiar voice yell at him. It's Tapion, using his own version of Kamehameha. Over the months, Tapion learned the move for himself, but never told Goku. He wanted to surprise him. The two beams start to clash, with Hirudegarn's beam sending Hirudegarn further and further into space. The monster roars as he starts to get flung into the sun, burning him alive. You see the sun have a small explosion. Hirudegarn is dead, and gone for good. The group all power down, barely standing. They used all their ki for that final beam. The group all fly down to Vegeta, who's just in a crater laying there unconscious. That's when they notice something. Vegeta still has a tail. Hirudegarn's tail to be specific. The group's worried if Hirudegarn is still controlling Vegeta, but when he wakes up, his eyes aren't pure black anymore. Goku explains to Vegeta everything that happened and points out the tail, annoying Vegeta. The monster that humiliated him long ago humiliated him again, and even left something behind that may be permanent. Tapion says he can use a sword to cut the tail off, but Vegeta says that he can learn to work with it. He had a monkey tail before, so it won't be that hard to get used to another tail. The only issue is that this one's bigger. The group will jump back into the time machine and travel back to their main timeline, explaining everything. Bulma and Kid Trunks are a bit concerned that Vegeta now has some weird pointy tail. Now it's going to take a bit to get used to, but they'll live with it. Future Trunks thanks them as he goes back to his timeline with the time machine disappearing. And that gets Tapion thinking, what if he went back in time to save planet Konash from exploding? It's obvious Bulma is able to make a time machine. The only issue is Beerus being against it. But there is one idea. Tapion goes to Vegeta and asks him for a favor. Vegeta agrees that he thinks it's time for that to happen. He just needs to run it by Bulma. And with that, that's what we'll end off for this what if. Last time, Tapion and Goku were able to save Vegeta from being controlled by Hirudegarn, and also save future Trunks' timeline from Hirudegarn as well. But what's next for the group? Welcome back to part 5 of What If Tapion Stayed. With future Zeno still living in the future, present Zeno gets bored sooner and decides to hold a tournament. The tournament can help decide which universes are worth living, but it'll keep the top 4 universes from erasure. The other ones, though, they gotta fight it out. The Grand Prix sent out the announcement to every universe. Beerus and Whis are told about the tournament while Goku and Vegeta are training on the planet, so the 4 collectively agree on some contenders for their team. The first few they have are Goku, Vegeta, Tapion, Gohan, and Piccolo. Goku suggests some of the Earth things, but Vegeta thinks they should ask Tapion if he has any ideas on contenders for their team. Vegeta asks Whis if they can go to Shin's world to give Tapion a visit and see what he'll say. The 3 arrive to Shin's world as Tapion watches someone training. It's Kid Trunks. In the last part, Tapion asks Vegeta if Kid Trunks can take his training even further and train on Shin's world. Wouldn't he want his kid to far surpass Goku's children? Vegeta ran it by Bulma, who was resistant at first, but they came to an agreement. Trunks can train on Shin's world during the weekend, but during weekdays, he trains on Earth. Vegeta was fine with those conditions, so he told Tapion and took Trunks to Shin's world. Goku explains the situation to Tapion and Shin, who are concerned about the situation. Fighting for the universe's safety from erasure? That's gonna be one hell of a fight, especially with how many contenders will be there. Tapion says him and Trunks will compete, but other than that, they aren't sure who else to get on the team. That's when Trunks recommends Goten. He's not as strong as him, but he's still strong in his own terms. The group agrees. So far, they have Goku, Vegeta, Tapion, Gohan, Piccolo, Trunks, and Goten. They need 3 more contenders. Goku suggests Krillin, and if they get Krillin, they should get 18. The 2 together are a good duo. Tapion takes the group to Earth with a Kai as they all fly different directions. Goku and Tapion go to Krillin's, Trunks to Goten's place. Vegeta went to his home to tell Bulma. Goku and Tapion arrive at Krillin and 18's house and tell him the situation. Krillin agrees to join, but 18 says she isn't going to join, there's no prize at all. Tapion interrupts and says that Bulma is giving each person on their team 20 million Zeni just for competing. Goku looks at Tapion, a bit confused, but Tapion tells Goku just to follow the plan. 18 finally agrees to join the team and tells him they should get 17. Tapion asks who's 17? Goku says 17 is 18's brother. 17's been distant for a long while now, so they need to find out where he is. Goku says he'll go ask Dende, while Tapion goes to find Trunks and Goten to see if Goten can join. Goku goes to see Dende, while Tapion goes to see Trunks. As Tapion flies down to Goten's home, he's caught up in an argument between Chi-Chi, Trunks, and Goten. Chi-Chi refuses to let Goten enter in a tournament. He needs to study. That's when Tapion interrupts and says the universe is at stake. Besides, Goku and Gohan will be there. Well, Goku may not care as much, but Gohan will for sure keep an eye on Goten maybe. Chi-Chi says she'll sleep on it for tonight and have a clear answer tomorrow for the group. Tapion and Trunks thank her as Goten begrudgingly walks back into the house, back to his room. The 2 fly back to Bulma's place to find out their team so far. And so far, they have the following: Goku, Vegeta, Tapion, Trunks, Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, 18, and 17. If Goten isn't able to join, they could probably get Tien or Roshi, but Goten is stronger than the both of them combined. It would be best if they got him. The group all recollect and figure out that they'll decide what to do if Chi-Chi says no. The day goes by as Goku and Goten fly over to Bulma's place, catching Tapion and Vegeta training. Goku says that it took a lot of convincing, but Chi-Chi said yes, but he'll need to work on school twice as hard after they win. Tapion smiles as he said they should tell Beerus. They don't have much longer until they have to go. And while they do that, let's lift off all the contenders on the team from weakest to strongest. Starting, we have Krillin, 18, Goten, Piccolo, Gohan, 17, Trunks, Goku, Vegeta, and Tapion. Goten and Piccolo are about tied in power, but with Piccolo's IQ in battle, he would win if they fought. Trunks and 17 are very close in power, but Trunks has just the slightest advantage. The group all teleport to the tournament arena as they watch everyone else teleport in. Universe 6 teleported in just a little bit before Universe 7, so Kaba, Khalifa, and Kale notice the other Saiyans, so they decide to go check them out. Tapion walks away looking at the other contenders until he senses an extreme power up ahead. The power even scares Tapion a little bit. He goes to check out the power and sees it's a bald, purple buff man. This is, of course, Jiren, who takes note of Tapion staring at him. Tapion walks back to his group as the tournament is about to begin. Tapion tells Trunks to stay close to him and they'll for sure win. As the tournament commences, everyone basically goes their own direction, going to fight different opponents. Start of the tournament of power goes the same, but some things go more smoothly than before with us having stronger people. Tapion and Trunks go to Jiren to try and fight him, but get interrupted by Toppo and Dispo. Tapion tells Trunks to handle Dispo, and he'll handle Toppo. Meanwhile, Goku, Gohan, and Goten are fighting Kaba, Kale, and Khalifa, each fighting a different Saiyan. But with the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament not happening, none of the Universe 6 Saiyans have Super Saiyans, so the fight is easy for Goku, Gohan, and Goten, with them eliminating the Universe 6 Saiyans. Krillin and 18 are both eliminating weaker opponents, while 17 is on his own fighting Universe 2. Tapion is starting to get the upper hand on Toppo until Toppo transforms into his destruction form, with him now getting the upper hand. Jiren stops meditating, sensing Toppo using a destructive power against someone. Trunks is starting to lose against Dispo until Dispo gets kicked to the ground by Gohan with Piccolo behind him. Tapion decides he needs to start taking the fight more seriously as he steps back, pulling out his ocarina. The other gods complain that he's using an item, but Zeno says that he enjoys the music and wants to see where it goes. Tapion starts playing his ocarina as Toppo tries to shoot a high blast at Tapion, but he keeps dodging them with his eyes closed. That's when an aura starts to appear around Tapion, some white, bluish, purplish aura. All the gods are left speechless. Did this guy seriously find out how to use Ultra Instinct? Jiren watches from afar, a bit surprised at Tapion's power. Tapion reopens his eyes as he starts to finally fight back and stop playing the ocarina, kicking Toppo right in the stomach, knocking him out of his destructive form. Tapion goes back down to the ground as he looks over at Jiren, knowing what's going to happen next. Jiren starts to power up a little bit, knowing that if he fought Tapion as is, he would lose. The two start to clash as Dispo eliminates Piccolo. Trunks and Gohan know they need to do something quick or else Dispo will eliminate the both of them. Meanwhile, as that goes on, Goku, Vegeta, and Goten are watching from afar the fight Tapion is having until they notice. Trunks and Gohan are struggling. Goten charges in, turning Super Saiyan 3, catching Dispo off guard, letting Gohan get the opportunity to grab onto Dispo for Trunks and Goten to eliminate the both of them. Goku and Vegeta are still watching from afar until they just barely dodge a random ki blast from behind. They look to see Toppo, who's still in the arena. Goku and Vegeta both transform into Super Saiyan God, charging towards Toppo. Tapion and Jiren are still clashing, but Tapion is starting to lose from Jiren overpowering him. Jiren kicks Tapion to the ground, knocking him out of his Omen Ultra Instinct form. As Jiren is about to eliminate Tapion, he gets caught off guard for a punch to the side, knocking him back a little bit. It's Trunks who just finished eliminating Gohan and Dispo. Goten went off on his own to go fight random contestants to eliminate for their team. Some of the weaker ones are still in the arena. Tapion jumps away from the edge of the arena, going beside Trunks, telling him to get out of here. He doesn't stand a chance against Jiren. Jiren dashes in, with Tapion pushing Trunks away, taking the full blow himself. Tapion grabs the edge of the arena, barely staying on. Trunks powers back up to his ultimate form, fighting Jiren himself. Tapion is about to lose his grip until someone grabs him, getting him back on the arena. It's 17. 17 asks Tapion if he needs any help fighting Jiren. Tapion wants to fight Jiren on his own, but he knows he won't be able to win by himself. That's when it clicks for Tapion. Maybe if he goes back to his ocarina, it'll help him unlock something further beyond the Omen version of Ultra Instinct and unlock the full thing. 17 tells Tapion that he and Trunks will try to hold off Jiren to the best of their ability, but Tapion won't have long. Tapion jumps on top of a rock and starts to play his ocarina, making a border around him. Goku and Vegeta eliminate Toppo and watch Tapion play his ocarina. Vegeta grabs his head in a little pain as he starts to power up more. Goku, worried about Vegeta, asks him what's going on. That's when Vegeta powers up. His eyes pure black now, red hair and sharp teeth. This isn't Hirudegarn controlling Vegeta, but some form that was left behind from Hirudegarn, though the power is too much for Vegeta. He strikes Goku, going berserk. Goku goes up to Super Saiyan Blue and uses Kaioken times 20 along with it. Goku asks Vegeta to snap out of it. Now isn't the time to lose control over that power. Goku has no other choice but to fight Vegeta as the two start to clash. And 17 are fighting against Jiren, holding him off long enough for Tapion, though Jiren isn't going easy on them. 17 grabs onto Jiren, creating a barrier around them, and makes a huge ki explosion. The smoke dissipates with Jiren not having top of his clothing now. 17 backs away as Trunks then appears in front of Jiren, using a Kai to then appear around him in multiple directions, shooting ki blasts, distracting him. Tapion keeps playing his ocarina as his hair starts to float with the UI aura reappearing around him. All the gods of destruction are shocked, even Beerus is shocked. He did it. He mastered Ultra Instinct. Tapion's hair slowly fades to white as he stops playing his ocarina, also causing Vegeta to transform back to base. Tapion puts his ocarina away slowly, looking at Jiren, who's looking back at him, a bit concerned. Jiren pushes everyone but Tapion away as he starts powering up, shaking the entire arena. Jiren dashes towards Tapion and he keeps staring down, Jiren showing no emotion. As Jiren throws a punch, Tapion dodges it, countering with a kick in the stomach, sending Jiren flying. With Tapion being fully dedicated to training, Tapion's stronger than Goku was and mastered Ultra Instinct during the tournament power in the canon timeline. Tapion starts to clash Jiren, beating him with ease. Tapion isn't even struggling in the form. With him playing his ocarina, it helped him calm his mind even more than Goku did in the original tournament power. Tapion then jumps back as he starts to cusp his hands together to shoot a Kamehameha, sending Jiren far off the arena. With Jiren now eliminated, the rest of the tournament power is cleared with ease, with Universe 7 coming out on top. Now, I feel whoever gets the Dragon Balls can go either way with any of the contestants. All of them eliminated a good amount, but Tapion also eliminated the strongest opponent, but whoever does get their wish, they all would most likely wish for each universe to be brought back. Probably not 18 though, she'd probably wish for a bunch of money. With all the universes going back to the original universe, Tapion decides that he should focus on the Ultra Instinct form a bit more. Sure, he was able to use the technique, but he had to transform to use it. Tapion remembers Whis saying how he and the other angels are always using the technique, not having to use a transformation. So, what could he do? And with that, that's where we'll end off for this part. What do you guys think of this part? Let me know in the comments. Last time, Universe 7 was on top and won the tournament of power due to Tapion unlocking Mastered Ultra Instinct. But what's next for the universe? Welcome back to the finale of What If Tapion Stayed. Tapion and Trunks are sparring in the gravity room at Bulma's place, with Vegeta and Goku watching, sparring as well. As they spar though, they get a call from Bulma. It's a galactic patrol asking for help with something. The group all come out to meet someone named Maris. They need help dealing with someone named Moro, a wizard who's lived for millions of years now, who recently escaped from the prison. They need them for help as they're the only ones strong enough to kill him. Tapion and Vegeta agree to go, but Goku says he's going to stick back and keep an eye on Earth. Trunks wanted to join Tapion and Vegeta, but Bulma declined letting him go, and didn't even budge when Vegeta tried convincing her. Goku and Trunks both agreed to continue sparring and stay here, so if anything happens on Earth, they'll be there right away. Tapion and Vegeta both go on the ship as it flies away into space. Maris explains a bit more about Moro and how he's going to Namek to wish for youth. Time goes by. As they arrive on Namek, they realize how the sky is dark, but as soon as they fully land, the sky goes back to normal. And they then sense a strong power ahead of them that then appears in front of them. It's Moro. He grins, saying he felt their power for a while now. He knew, though, that he wouldn't be able to fight them with the age he was at before. But now with his youth, he's able to take them on. He even was able to use all three of his wishes. His first wish for his youth, the second to free all galactic prisoners, and third and final wish, to become immortal. Everyone's left shocked. Immortal? Vegeta damns it all. Even if he really is immortal, they can't kill him. Tapion has an idea on what to do, but Moro most likely won't let it happen. Tapion and Vegeta both power up. Vegeta into Super Saiyan Blue, and Tapion in UI Sign. Over the past month or two, Tapion was able to fully unlock UI Sign without having to play the ocarina, and because if he did, he knows Vegeta would go berserk. Remembers Goku telling him that after the tournament. Moro smiles as he looks up in the sky to see a huge ship in the sky. It's Saganbo with the rest of the galactic prisoners. Moro, even though he's immortal, knows he doesn't stand a chance against the two if he tries to fight them now, so he has an idea. Moro uses his magic to bring 7-3 right to him, surprising everyone. Moro paralyzes 7-3 as he opens his mouth and eats him, leaving Tapion and Vegeta disgusted, wondering what he's doing. As Moro finishes eating 7-3, he starts to power up, shaking the planet entirely. As Moro finishes powering up, they notice he looks different. Moro introduces himself as Moro 7-3. The power of Moro combined with 7-3 force. Tapion and Vegeta are left shocked as Moro dashes behind them, stealing all the ki from all the galactic prisoners, killing them all. Vegeta tries to hit Moro, but as he kicks him, Moro doesn't even flinch. All the ki Moro stole from the galactic prisoners appears in his hand, a small ki ball. Moro opens his mouth and eats the ki, powering up more. Moro turns around as he punches Vegeta, knocking him out of Super Saiyan Blue. Tapion flies in and tries to slice Moro with his sword, but Moro simply grabs his sword and breaks it in half, shocking Tapion. Moro kicks Tapion away along with his sword. Tapion looks at the two pieces saddened. This is one of the last memories he had of his brother. His brother. He hasn't thought of his brother in so long. Has he forgotten all about his own brother? Tapion lies on the ground, starting to cry as Moro walks closer and closer. Moro gets blasted in the back by Maris. Maris tells Tapion to focus and that they need to stop Moro one way or another, but Tapion is just left on the ground crying. He's forgotten all about his brother. So much in his life has changed. He's met new people, gotten stronger than anyone else, a part of a new family. Has he forgotten where he originally came from? Vegeta flies beside Tapion, telling him to snap out of it. Tapion tells Vegeta what he's feeling, but Vegeta is just left annoyed. Would his brother seriously want Tapion to mope around? Vegeta has a brother of his own that he's never talked to, but he still cares about him. Tapion finally realizes that he needs to move on or else his past will just hold him back. Tapion gets back up. He closes his eyes as the aura of Ultra Instinct reappears around him. His hair turns white as he reopens his eyes, staring Moro down, even scaring Moro a little bit. Tapion charges in, piercing Moro through the stomach, shocking everyone around him. Moro's left confused. How the hell did he get to him that fast? Just what is he doing? Moro smiles though as he then lifts up his hand to try and attack, but Tapion simply teleports away, dodging the attack. Tapion grabs the two pieces of his sword as he merges them back together with his power. Tapion charges back in with his sword fully intact, slicing Moro. Moro, now in pieces, starts to regenerate, but makes sure his hand falls onto Tapion's neck. His hand grabs onto Tapion as Tapion then flicks it away. Moro smiles. He regenerates his hand, but makes sure the one that grabbed Tapion's neck stays there. Moro starts to fight Tapion again, but makes sure to distance the fight from the severed hand. Tapion starts to get the upper hand as he starts to easily beat Moro down to the ground. Maris asks Vegeta if what Tapion is using called Ultra Instinct, but how does Maris know that? Maris explains to Vegeta that he's an angel in training and is currently undercover, a part of the Galactic Patrol. Vegeta starts to realize the similarities Maris has compared to the other angels. Vegeta starts to realize the similarities Maris has compared to the other angels he sees. How did they not get that any sooner? Tapion kicks Moro away as Moro is left bleeding out. Tapion tells Moro that he's going to seal him inside of himself to make sure Moro doesn't cause any more damage to the universe. Moro's confused. Seal him inside of Tapion? But how? Tapion smiles as he tells Vegeta to cover his ears. Vegeta does so as Tapion pulls out his ocarina and starts to play it. Moro sees a weird aura appear around his body as he starts to lose control and float towards Tapion. Moro needs to act fast. He can see the severed hand from here. That's when Moro knows what he needs to do. Moro fires a ki blast at Vegeta, uncovering his ears, causing Vegeta to grab his head in pain and starts to power up. Tapion stops playing the ocarina as he notices Vegeta starting to transform, but it's too late. Vegeta starts to power up as his hair turns red, teeth turn sharp, and his eyes turn pure black. Moro falls down to the ground, realizing now's his chance. Moro flies away, grabbing the severed hand as he places it on his head. Moro explains 7-3's ability as he starts to power up, with the aura of Ultra Instinct appearing around him. Tapion's left speechless. What is he going to do now? Not only is Moro as strong as he is now, but Vegeta's gone berserk as well, fighting anybody he sees. Moro charges in as he and Tapion begin to clash. Vegeta gone berserk, he can't control himself. Vegeta looks at Maris as he roars and starts to slash Maris, who dodges them with ease, of course. As Tapion and Moro clash, Goku on Earth is feeling the battle going on. Goku tells Trunks to stay on Earth in case anything happens. He's gonna go help out Tapion. Goku uses an instant transmission to teleport to New Namek, in the middle of Tapion and Moro's fight. Goku tells Tapion he can help fight off Moro, but Tapion tells Goku to handle Vegeta right now. He's gone berserk. Goku agrees as he transforms into UI Omen. Over the gap between the Torment Power now, Goku is finally able to unlock Ultra Instinct himself, since he never did unlock it in the Tormented Power. If anything, this Goku is as strong as the third appearance of UI Omen Goku in the Tormented Power. So yes, he is weaker, but Tapion and Vegeta balance that out. Tapion is, of course, stronger than MUI was in the Torment power, while Vegeta would rival MUI Goku if he went Berserk. So, with that information being said, Goku is going to struggle against Vegeta. As Goku and Vegeta clash, Goku tries to talk to Vegeta. He needs to snap out of it, or else everyone is done for. Think about his family, Bulma, Trunks, even Bra. Does he seriously want to go Berserk and possibly kill them? As Vegeta is about to deliver the finishing blow, Vegeta stops out of nowhere. He starts to grab his head in pain as memories flood in. His sacrifice against Boo. His anger when Cell killed future Trunks. His vacation with Bulma and Trunks. Vegeta starts to power up even more, but as he does, his ki feels different as his aura dissipates. Vegeta reveals something new. He looks the same, but the lightning around his aura is now black with a red outline. Goku gets in a battle stance again, but then he hears Vegeta speak. Vegeta tells Goku that he has control over the form now, and he thinks he's going to call it Corrupt Super Saiyan. An easy and simple name. Vegeta smirks as he then gets serious and looks over at Moro. Moro kicks Tapion away, getting the advantage, knocking Tapion out of the form. Tapion gets back up as he sees Vegeta but can tell his ki feels controlled. Vegeta tells Tapion to keep playing his Ocarina. It won't harm him anymore. Goku and Vegeta both get into a battle stance. Vegeta in Corrupted Super Saiyan. Goku closes his eyes as he takes a deep breath with the UI aura appearing around again. But this time, his hair turns white. With the pressure of the universe being destroyed, he unlocked MUI. Goku and Vegeta both charge in towards Moro as he grins. Tapion jumps back as he starts to play his Ocarina, but this time, a different song. One similar to the Ceiling Song, the song he and his brother played long ago. As Goku and Vegeta fight Moro, Vegeta grabs Moro with his tail, impaling Moro, but this does nothing as Moro pulls the tail out and throws Vegeta towards Goku. Tapion is about to stop playing his Ocarina, but Vegeta yells at him to keep playing. If he wants to be able to beat Moro, he needs to keep playing the song. Tapion focuses back on the song as the UI aura reappears around him, but even mirrors can tell that this feeling, Ultra Instinct, is different. It's like he's using Ultra Instinct in base form with ease, like him and the other angels for each universe. Even Whis is surprised as he's watching through his staff. Finally, Tapion was able to fully unlock Ultra Instinct. Tapion has to keep playing though, so he can start to use it to its full capacity. Moro keeps fighting Goku and Vegeta, but Moro is so focused on fighting those two, he hasn't even noticed Tapion's new power. Then, out of nowhere, as Tapion stops playing the Ocarina, everything goes quiet. Moro, Goku, and Vegeta stop fighting, feeling the power coming from Tapion. Tapion slowly puts his Ocarina away as he opens his eyes, looking towards Moro. Tapion starts to walk towards Moro as, with every step, a huge gust of wind blows with it, setting the three back little by little. Goku grabs Vegeta as he teleports both of them towards mirrors, saying they need to get off the planet. They don't want to distract Tapion. As they disappear, Moro tries to stop the four, but Tapion appears behind Moro, grabbing his arm. Moro's shocked at Tapion's speed. How did he get behind him so fast without him even noticing? Moro tries to attack Tapion, but as he does, Tapion just simply disappears. As Moro turns around though, he notices his arm is sliced off. Moro turns back around as he looks at Tapion and starts putting his sword away. Tapion tells Moro that he stands no chance against him. Even if he's immortal, it'll take a million years to be as strong as him. Moro starts to get angry as he yells at Tapion. So what if it takes him a million years? He's immortal and he can wait that long if he needs to. As Moro yells, he charges towards Tapion, swinging multiple punches, but they just phase through Tapion. He's just standing there. How is he doing that? Is Tapion really moving that fast? Tapion smirks as he starts to walk away from Moro and grabs back out his Ocarina. Moro keeps trying to fight Tapion, but he just keeps dodging the attacks without looking like he's moving. Moro tries to punch Tapion again, but then a barrier appears around Tapion as he starts to play a melody. Tapion tells Moro he had a good fight with him, but it's time he goes back to prison, but not the same one he's used to. Moro starts to float as an aura appears around him as he slowly floats towards Tapion. Moro slowly phases into Tapion as Tapion keeps playing the Ocarina, and once Moro disappears, Tapion stops playing his Ocarina and falls to the ground. A couple hours go by as Tapion wakes back up at Capsule Corp and he sees Trunks with Vegeta, Bulma, Goku, Mares, Beerus, and even Whis. Tapion asks what's going on. Goku explains once they left, they went to see Beerus and Whis to let them in on what's going on. They all went to New Namek to find out Tapion won. but his ki even feels different. Tapion gets up out of bed as he looks at himself in the mirror. He looks the same, but he feels different somehow. Tapion pulls out his sword as he slices his hand, confusing everyone. Why did he do that? But as Tapion looks at the wound, it starts to heal over. Did Tapion get Moro's immortality? Tapion explains that the sealing technique he uses allows him to get their abilities and other things as well. And we're not even far off to completely towards fan stuff here. In Xenoverse 2 DLC, when Future Trunks and Tapion fight Zamasu and Goku Black, Tapion says he can seal Zamasu within him. And when that happens, as they talk, it's implied that Tapion got Zamasu's immortality. Rand aside though, Tapion looks back at the group as he smiles and thanks them all. Tapion walks to Whis and Beerus as he asks them if he can go see Zeno and Grand Priest. Beerus refuses at first, but Whis says he can take him. The three all appear as the Grand Priest lets them in to see Zeno. Zeno asks what they're doing here, but Tapion explains. He knows about the galactic laws and laws that Zeno has, time travel being one of them, but Tapion wants to travel back in time to save his planet from the destruction of Harudagarn. He knows what to expect, what to do. Zeno looks at Tapion menacingly, scaring not only Tapion, but Beerus as well. Zeno thinks it over and says he'll allow it just this once. After all, he did technically save the multiverse from Moro. And besides that, he put on a good show for him at the Torment Power. He owes him one. Tapion sighs as he thanks Zeno. The three all go back to the Earth as Tapion explains to everyone what he's going to do. Everyone is bummed out at first, but they understand where he's coming from. Tapion thanks them for everything. Vegeta for training him, Goku for helping him learn new things, Bulma for letting him live with them, Whis and Beerus for helping him get stronger than he could ever imagine, and Trunks for being there for him no matter what. Trunks is always there to support him. Tapion says that he sees Trunks as his own brother. Trunks hugs Tapion as he hugs back. Tapion walks back towards Whis and Beerus. Best way for Tapion to time travel is by getting the time ring, so they need to give Shin a visit. And as the three disappear, that's where we'll end off for the What If. Thank you guys so much for watching this What If series. This one was very fun for me to introduce new things and change a lot of things. Let me know what you guys thought of the scenario as a whole and what you would like to see next. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. With that out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching What If Tapion Stayed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.